Hey yo, this is Asco, and you watching Coffee with KL.
On July 23, 2020, a call was made to 911 in Orlando, Florida.
What are you calling about?
Gunshots, multiple.
Did you see anything suspicious or you just heard it?
No, ma'am, just hearing it.
Okay. How many did you hear?
Oh, man, it's about 8 or 10, if not more. Like it's an AK-47. It's not a 22, I can assure you.
When the police arrived on the scene, they found 41-year-old Eloy LeBron's body inside his white Toyota. Surveillance footage and witness testimony would lead police to two 19-year-old women, Marquis Hamilton and Joria Shield. Police would find surveillance footage showing a white Saturn driving away from the crime scene. A few minutes later, more footage would show both women getting out of the car at the apartment complex they lived at. The police begin by interviewing a family member who spent quite a bit of time with both suspects. They are hoping that Marquis and Joria may have told her what they did, which will help them later when they interview both women.
So when you got up yesterday morning, what time was it?
Like 10.
And you had to be there at 11, you clocked in at 11:02,
So yeah,
right?
I woke up at 10. Yeah.
And the girls were not home. And as you sit here today, swearing to tell the truth so you don't get in trouble, you're saying you do not know where they were.
No.
Or whose house they were at, but you're telling me the car was not at home at 11 o'clock when you left. And it was not at Sonny's when you got there. Is that true?
Yeah, it wasn't there.
It wasn't there. And the girls were not at Sonny's.
No.
Someone in that vehicle murdered someone yesterday.
Somebody in the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did it go?
That's what I'm telling you right now. Someone in that car murdered someone yesterday.
What did they murder?
Do you understand how serious this is now?
Yeah. But, like,
Do you understand the consequences for lying to the police in a homicide investigation is a third-degree felony?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you understand how difficult it is to get into medical school with a third-degree felony?
with any charges is hard.
It's very
Especially
difficult.
one tied to murder.
It's very difficult. Medical schools don't look too kindly upon that. You were with these girls all day and all night.
Yeah.
And
Well, not really, because I was at work in the mornings.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
Hey, funny. Tell it. What happened?
I'm confused. That's what I'm talking about.
You have a tell when you're not telling the truth, and your tell is that you laugh or you smile because you're uncomfortable.
Actually, I laugh at every single thing. So
And it's just when you're uncomfortable.
No, I just laugh at everything. Like right now, I'm just sitting here smiling. This whole time I've been sitting here smiling.
And why is that?
I don't know. That's just how I am. I just laugh and smile.
Well, I can tell you that the person who was murdered's family is not laughing and smiling today.
Oh no, I'm not laughing and smiling at that. That's
Okay.
not.
This is super serious,
I
Jemima.
know it is.
Super serious. Okay, you're an intelligent young woman. I'm sure you've read my shirt while we've been sitting here.
Yeah, I did. That's why when you came in, I'm thinking like,
Okay, this should not be a surprise to you.
It is a surprise because when you came in, I was thinking like, what happened? But now you just told me so.
The girls had to have told you what happened. If you were at work, we should be able to verify that, okay?
Mhm.
The girls were not there at work. The car was not there. We we're going to be able to verify that as well, okay? But this is your family,
I know, but
okay? You're in the car with them. You go pick them up. You go home with them. You guys are all the same age, approximately.
But we're not really like that close. That's what I'm trying to tell you, because you expect me to know everything. We're not really like...
Not everything, but is it every day that your family is involved in homicide?
No.
Okay, if you want to sit here and tell me and make me believe that you don't know who your cousin and your sister and your cousin are dating, which I find very hard to believe, especially since your sister is possibly pregnant by this guy, I find very hard to believe. That I didn't anticipate you lying about.
I mean, because they don't really like... It's not like they really in a relationship, because...
You don't have to be in a relationship to be pregnant by someone.
I mean, but if you talk to more than one person, then it's not really... Like...
Jemiah, your sister's with him now. She's at his house right now. How do we know this and you don't?
Yeah.
She's with him right now. She stayed the night with him last night. You're telling me I know more about her relationship than you? That's ludicrous. I don't expect you to know everything. I do expect you to know things that girls talk about, like who you're dating, who might have gotten you pregnant, and I don't know, who might have murdered someone in my car. That's not something that happens every day. Your family is knee-deep in this. And you were in the car yesterday and today. You got stopped in the car today.
Yeah. That's what I'm here.
I honestly don't think that you are out, shooting at people. It doesn't seem like it's in your nature. Okay? You're a good kid. But I do think you're holding back.
Okay, but it's because you expect me to know their names, but I don't really, like...
I expect you to tell me what you learned about a homicide yesterday involving a car that you were in today. What did you learn? This is someone's life.
I know.
And you are wanting me to believe that you're going to spend your entire professional existence saving lives. It starts today. It starts with the life that you are aware of that was snuffed out short yesterday. That's the life that it starts with. If you're going to tell me you're going to save lives, it starts with his. Because his is important too.
Cool.
All I'm asking you is what happened.
I don't know. You keep on asking me that. I don't know.
Next, the police interview a witness who claimed they saw the shooting. The witness was able to describe what happened. However, he claimed that both the driver and passenger fired their weapons, and he believed that they were both men.
So,
Tinted windows.
tinted windows, and then this car cut a right.
Two-door pickup.
Yeah, two-door pickup. This car caught a right, and then you said
He
it
cut him off. He cut him off.
cut the truck off.
Right, and was shooting. And he was steady shooting. But he was steady, when he's turning, he's shooting. And he kept going, shooting, and he stopped.
Point to where he was shooting at.
He started right here. He started shooting right here, over this way. The passenger, it's like he goes like that, and he was shooting like that.
Would you say his head's above the hood?
A little.
A little, but he's more like...
Right.
Okay.
Right.
His arm shooting over the top of the vehicle.
Over the top of the car. I think he could have shot the other guy in the hand, you know what I mean?
Okay.
The way he was
The way he's
pointing up
shooting.
yeah.
What was the other guy doing?
The driver.
The driver.
He was shooting.
Was he shooting, like, is he driving like this? You're using his right hand.
Yes, I'm sorry, he was shooting, yeah.
So he's
like
shooting
that,
across
right.
his body
He was
like
shooting
this.
Like that, right.
Windows were down?
Window was like right here.
Right here.
Right there. Like
Halfway?
Right, there, right halfway, so he can see.
How dark was the tent, would you think? If there, was there even any tent?
Yeah.
Because the witness said the shooters were both male, it led detectives to believe that Marquis and Jaria might have just been passengers in the car when the incident took place. They believed that the suspects might be trying to protect the men involved. With this information, they decide to bring both women in for interrogation. They begin by interviewing Marquis first.
I want you to understand your rights, okay? And then once we go through that, we'll swear you in, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of this and figure out where we go from here, okay?
Okay.
Did Detective Overfield explain to you why you're here?
No.
He did not?
No.
Okay. And this is the type of stuff I'm talking about, is just a lack of communication, okay?
What he did was come to my mom's job
Okay.
and tell her that my phone was released and I can go pick up my phone. But I told my mom, that don't sound too right, or whatever. So, like, 10 minutes later, they come bum rush the house I was at. Tell me come outside at 11:01. That was it.
So you felt it was a little bit of a...
My thing was,
Flip the
like you
switch on
said,
you.
you close with my mom, right? Y'all could talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
He could have came to my mom and said, your daughter got a warrant for her arrest.
Be done with it.
And it could have been done with it.
Turn it in.
Turned it in just like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he gonna go lie to my mom, tell me to pick up my phone. When I already knew I probably had a warrant for my arrest because y'all not giving anybody no their phones back. And I could care less about the phone. I bought me a new phone.
I'm sure you
It's materialistic. I don't care about the phone.
But that led you to believe...
I knew I probably had a warrant, but my thing was, why would you lie? Just all that could have been
Avoid it.
avoided.
Yeah, just be straight with me.
Just keep it. I'm grown, just like you. You could have just told me I
Keep
got
it
a
real.
warrant.
Keep it real. Just be honest. Tell us what happened and we'll be done with it. We'll walk away. Okay? So, obviously, when someone is killed, you watch these TV shows, it's a murder investigation. They don't stop. We work, Detective Sharp and I, everybody in the unit, we work just like we would for your brother, your mother, your cousins, your boyfriend. We work 24/7 for these families. That's our job. Okay? The investigations never stop. Forever. And when I retire or something happens to me, somebody else gonna pick it up. We have to do that. So we have been working this for 2 months now. It'll be 2 months. In a couple days, it'll be 2 months. This family is desperate. They need answers. They want to know what happened.
I understand, but it's like y'all want me to admit to something that I don't know. I told y'all what I know. I told y'all what I was doing over there. I should never been over there. I already told y'all. It's like y'all want me to just say I was shooting, which I was not shooting. I never pulled a trigger in a day of my life.
Okay. And you know, and I don't know that Detective Overfield agrees with me on this, but you know, I looked at you and said, I know you didn't.
Of course, you said I didn't.
And I looked at Jaria and I said, I know you didn't. Because girls don't do that shit. Girls don't have beef like that.
Mm-mm.
If you do, you're going to go to scrapping.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to get on social media and sell each other out. That's what girls do. Okay? You might tell your boy, I don't like that girl, I don't like that boy, da-da-da, and let them handle it.
Absolutely, but...
You might set a motherfucker up to get shot. That's what girls do.
Not this one.
Okay. But what I'm saying is I looked at both of you dead in your eye and I said, I know you didn't. But the information that we have, the shots came from your car.
Do you have evidence?
Yes.
What evidence?
Okay. And this is what's gonna screw you over in the long run. Okay? And this is what I'm trying to avoid happening to you. The evidence is super strong against the occupants of that vehicle. Do I think it was you and Jaria? God, I pray to the Lord that you girls wouldn't go over there and shoot up that damn street. I pray to God. But 2 people shot from that car. The car that you own, the car that we recovered. 2 people shot from that car. And yes, we can prove that. And I'm not bullshitting you or you would not be sitting here.
How can you prove it?
You will see through testimony and evidence that came from that car.
Okay.
Okay?
One of the main reasons suspects talk to police is because they want to know what the police know, so they can create a story to explain the evidence. Marquis wants to know what evidence they have, and the detective needs to convince her that the evidence is strong without giving away any details. If the detective tells her something that she knows is not true, then Marquis will know they are lying and they don't have enough evidence to charge anyone.
Okay? Is the testimony strong? Is the evidence strong against the 2 of you for murder? Yes. It's super strong, or you would not be sitting here. And your cousin is going to be occupying this seat shortly. It's bad for both of you. Do I think either one of you were the actual trigger people? I would be very, very surprised, and I've been doing this 10 years. I just can't see the animosity in your heart or in your cousin's heart. You girls are working girls. You have jobs. You both want to go. You're going to school, or you want to go to school, and you have futures. You have plans. You have things that you're doing. Okay? That's it. You smoke a little weed. You hang out with some of these guys. They're your boyfriends. We understand that. We know where Brandon was.
Mm-hmm.
We verified his alibi. We know from your phone exactly where you were.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we kept your phone. But your testimony just backed up what your phone already told us. Okay, what you told us, we checked your phone backed you up. You were there. You were there when the shots rang out. We know that. In fact, you and Jairia had such specific information, very, very detailed information about what happened. You couldn't have been anywhere else. You had to have been there when it occurred. You had to have been there when those shots were fired, because you both knew too much. That wasn't hearsay testimony. You didn't hear that from the boys in the car. You were there.
Yeah, I told you, I was there.
You were there, and you were honest about that. And so was your cousin. You were both honest about that. Okay? What we can't get past is how those shots came from your car. If you're in the front passenger seat where you said you were, and Jaria's driving, which you and her both said she was, if the two of you don't fire those guns, who did?
No shots was fired out my car, detective. Why would I jeopardize everything I got for
I hope you
some boys that who knows I'll be with 10 years from now?
Correct.
I'm in love with my boyfriend. Like you said, mine was at work. But like I said, why would I jeopardize? I'm young. Yeah, I'm in love with him. I say that, but I'm 18 years old. Why would I jeopardize that from 10 years?
But you don't have to you don't have to jeopardize it, because first of all, we talked with him. First of all, we know where he was. We verified it. Second of all, he was mad at you for just going over there to buy weed.
Yeah,
he was
he always tell me don't go over there to buy weed. He already know what this stuff. He already tell me.
He already knows. He already knows.
I take it upon myself when he was at work.
So it's not your boyfriend, and it's not. I would never think that you. First of all, you don't have to worry about it, because we know Brandon wasn't there. But Scotty was.
Scott was not with us. Scott was not with us.
So, when did he get out of the car?
When she picked me up, it was nobody. It was me and her. So I don't know before then, but when it was me and her.
So you did not get in the back seat?
No. When she picked me up, no.
From McDonald's?
I was never in the car with McDonald's.
I know, because they picked you up after they went to McDonald's.
Yes.
Okay. Who was in the car at McDonald's?
What I was told was all of them, but I was never in there with them with McDonald's, so I don't know who was, from my side, I don't know who was in the car with McDonald's. Okay. I wasn't there, I wasn't with them, I was still home. They picked me up at the McDonald's.
So you just said, from what I was told, all of them. Who's all of them?
Who she was with, Pimpin', her and Pimpin', that's what she told me. Her, Pimpin', and Reggie was in the car.
Her, Pimpin', and Reggie, okay. So, Pimpin' meaning Scotty Burnett.
Yeah.
Okay. Her, Pimpin', and Reggie. All right.
Marquis' story is that they were in fact in the area at the time the incident took place. She claims that she was with Jairia when they heard the shots and saw the victim in his vehicle. After they saw him, they got scared and went to do some laundry. The detectives spend the next hour going through all the evidence with Marquis, hoping that she will tell them who the shooter is. As Marquis shares her side of the story, the detective begins to think that maybe the shooter is sitting right in front of her.
Because, you're telling me you girls were the only ones in the car.
Yeah, we was.
So, maybe I'm misreading you.
I think I pulled the trigger.
Maybe I'm misreading you.
For nothing.
Maybe both you girls are much more badasses than I ever imagined.
I was always taught, if somebody can't do it themselves, why would I be doing it? I ain't finna do nobody dirty work. I got that much sense. I'm not doing nobody dirty work.
Unless it's for yourself or your cousin.
And I wasn't.
And that is the only explanation. I'm missing it. And maybe Detective Overfield's been right all along.
When Marquis is told she might be a possible suspect, her calm demeanor changes and she begins to rock back and forth. She no longer appears confident and she begins to stumble over her own words.
I'm missing it.
You think we the one who did it?
100%. 100%. This is why we argue. This is why I asked Detective Sharp to come in the room, because we argue. Because you don't want to see Detective Overfield and I argue.
Let me tell you something. My thing is, I wouldn't put my hand out to know I wouldn't put my hand out to shoot nothing. This gonna identify me off real. I got a tattoo that's gonna identify.
Marquis claims that if she put her arm out the window to fire the gun, the witnesses would have seen her tattoo and been able to identify her. Marquis just made a huge mistake, and the detective is about to pick up on it.
Either way it go, if I shot my hand this way or through the patcher, I got something that's gonna identify, and I cannot deny these tattoos.
When did you get those?
I had got this like a few weeks ago, I think. But, you know what I'm saying?
You didn't
This-
have them before,
No, but this right here would identify.
but you didn't have them before.
I had this one before. Yes.
Not when you stuck that one out the window
I didn't
over the
have-
hood of the car. You did not have that.
I did not have this one. No.
Correct. So it wouldn't
My
identify
car-
you.
This
So,
same number was out the window.
what you just did up over the roof of the car like that, shooting,
Mhm.
you did not have that tattoo.
I'm saying I wouldn't do that because I know it's ways to identify me and it's ways to identify because Jaria have a tattoo too on both things. She had words before her, so I know it's ways to identify.
Sweetheart, I know, but you said that you had that and you didn't. that
No,
day.
I didn't say I had these. I'm saying these will identify me. A tattoo will identify me. I never said I had this because I know I had this 2 weeks ago.
All right, you just got it. I can tell that the ink is fresh.
It's brand new. Yes, I just got it.
Yeah. Okay. I have tattoos too, so I'm familiar. Okay. All right. So, at the moment that you shot out the vehicle over the roof of the car, there was not a tattoo on your forearm.
I
Is that
never shot out
accurate?
the vehicle or the car.
Okay. All right. Now this arm wouldn't have done the shooting because obviously you'd have had to shoot over her face in front of your cousin, and that would have been dangerous. So I imagine you girls had a beef with this boy. I guess, you know, and sometimes experience is not, my experience is why I say what I say, okay? But sometimes experience is just, maybe some of the newer detectives are just closer to the streets than I am because I'm older, I tend to read people, but you guys are a new generation. You guys are a new generation. Apparently, my experience is making me argue on your behalf, and maybe it's because of my connection to your mom. Maybe it's my experience that's tending to argue on your behalf, and I'm wrong, and I've been wrong for 2 months. And maybe Detective Overfield's been right. And it's certainly all of the evidence that he's tried to, and I don't know why I argue in the face of evidence, because evidence is what it is. Okay, testimony is testimony, evidence is evidence, physical evidence is physical evidence. But my history has told me you girls don't do this. It's just not in your nature to do this. But maybe I'm thinking of my generation or people a little bit younger than me, and not the girls who are 19 to 25 of today. Because when I listened to your mom told us a lot about Jaria. She wasn't as convinced that you would do something like that unless you were with Jaria. But she was dead set convinced Jaria would. Jaria straight up cold. She sat in this chair where you're sitting right now and said, Jaria, yes. But I don't think my daughter would do it. Maybe she's just trying to protect you. But I don't think my daughter would do that. Unless she was with her cousin. So, if there's no one in the back seat,
I'm not worried.
and it's just you girls, I've been wrong the whole time, and I'm going to have to apologize to your mom because I never in a million years would have banked on that. And it tears me up to hear you say that. I think we've solved our case. I think we're pretty much at a point where we're going to present it to a jury, and it's going to happen. I mean, there's nothing left to do.
Okay.
Unless, and now's your only chance to do this, and I'm sure Detective Sharp has questions for you if you don't mind, but now's your only chance to do this, but unless there's mitigating circumstances, and that's why I mentioned the sexual assault, unless there's some sort of situation where this boy, you know, that y'all were, unless there's a legitimate concern, a reason, you know, and like you said, you wouldn't do anybody else's dirty work. If a bitch needs to die, then you're going to handle it for yourself.
But myself, I ain't gonna tell nobody else to do nothing.
Correct. You're not going to have your boyfriend do it. Jari is probably not going to have her boyfriend do it, although her boyfriend probably would do it. But maybe we've been wrong all along. Maybe I've been wrong all along, and Detective Overfield's been right. And maybe y'all just handled your business. Because, you know, if a bitch needs to die, a bitch needs to die. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe y'all went over there, you saw him clutching, and you told him you were coming, and you caught him slipping, and he was off Jackson Street, and you thought
you... evidence of a phone call, that me calling him, a text message to him, telling him where I'm going to be at.
Well, I mean, y'all were headed to Jackson Street.
It was none of that.
Y'all were headed to Jackson Street.
Which we did admit. That was headed to,
You were headed to Jackson Street, okay? But you caught a bitch slipping south. You caught him slipping south. You caught him slipping out of his hood where he didn't have his homeboys. Okay, and it was actually advantageous for both of you girls to catch him slipping down Jernigan because he didn't have everybody else there to shoot with him.
For 2 months, the detective tried to piece together the puzzle, but there was always one piece missing. Now that she is on the right track, all the pieces are coming together and it all finally makes sense.
That's crazy that you think like that.
I didn't before about 5 minutes ago. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't until you did the thing with the tattoo in the arm.
Yeah, like I said.
Yeah. Now I do.
Okay, that's fine.
Now I do. Now I completely...
You have any questions?
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I do. I don't know as much as Detective Sprague knows about this case, but just listening to... I was out there that day and talking to Detective Overfield and Detective Sprague today about this, and listening to you, and knowing the evidence that they have, and what the couple of things that you've said that have, and they're little details, but you've as adamant that you are, that you didn't have a gun and you know the shots didn't come from your car, you've tripped yourself up, in my opinion, in a couple of the little details. This was a big one, up and over the roof of the car.
Yeah, it was. How else would they say shots was fired from that car? So if, like I said, she said if I shot that way, that would be shooting in front of my cousin's face. I wouldn't. That don't make any sense. If I'm shooting over my head, for one, I'm not going to be able to see anything, so that's a waste of bullets.
Not only did Marquis imply that she had the tattoo on her forearm before the incident took place, she also showed detectives how she would have shot out of the vehicle. What's interesting is that her description matches what the witness told detectives.
Either way it goes, if I shot my hand this way or through the passenger, I got something that's going to identify, and I cannot deny these tattoos.
The passenger, it's like he goes like that, and he was shooting like that.
Would you say?
That don't make any sense.
No, unless you didn't really want to hurt anybody because you didn't want to go to prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and
if I'm going to pull the trigger, I might as well do it all the way. I'm not going to, no, that don't make any sense.
Might be sending a message.
I don't know, I'd rather send a message than
actually go to prison.
Yeah,
than actually hit someone.
Right. And sending a message.
And then the reason why I said that is because I was told from the detective that Marquis Hamilton was the shooter of the crime scene. That's what happened.
Say it again.
I was told by the detective that they got witness saying the shots fired at my house, the car. They got witness saying that Marquis Hamilton was the shooter or whatever.
Of this shooting?
Yes.
Oh, that you're the shooter?
Yes. And I was a passenger.
And you were the witnesses are saying you were the passenger?
No, I'm telling you I was the passenger.
Oh, but they're saying you were the driver.
No, they were saying I was the shooter.
The shooter.
Their shots was fired at that car. Whatever.
Both of you shot.
Are we done here?
I'm not sure.
I just want to tell you that the decisions that you make could very well affect the rest of your life. And I want you, because I don't know you like Detective Sprague does, but you seem like a very smart young lady, and apparently you had quite a future going for you. And I just want to make sure that you understand that before we walk out of this room, the decisions that you make could be critical to the rest of your life. People make mistakes. They happen all the time. Okay, this guy in this truck getting shot, I don't think either one of you intended to hit him. Clearly, you didn't even know him, unless it was some type of road rage incident, and maybe he did something and pulled a weapon on you. I don't know. Only you would know that. But I don't think any of the shots that were fired, because of how they were out of a moving vehicle at a moving target, people don't think they're going to hit. It's more of a warning, sending a message. And if that's the case, you need to say that, because that can make a big difference between what happens if we leave it like it is, or it goes forward with you saying that. And
I understand, but it was no shots fired. Y'all want me to admit to something I did not do?
Never want you to admit to anything you didn't do. But here's the thing: you have to understand, from our standpoint, we have all this evidence, witnesses, GPS locations, video, all of these things.
Do you guys have a gun?
Showing that it did come out of that car.
Did you guys have a gun?
I don't know.
99% of the time when we convict people of murder, we don't have the gun.
Was there gun residue found on top of my car?
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, are we done then? Because if it's, I'm ready to go.
Okay, all right. Not a problem. Any idea what time is 2:33. What I was hoping to hear. Do you need that? Okay. What I was hoping to hear from you when I talked to you about the victim was some remorse and some apologies to the family. But
I apologize, because what if that was me? Or I understand they're grieving. I understand they're going through it. But me saying sorry, like I did it or had something to do with it or knew that somebody did it, I don't. I don't. So I'm sorry for their loss.
But not for any responsibility that you might have had in that, I guess.
I don't have no responsibility in it.
None.
No.
Okay. All right. All right, honey. Good luck to you. Okay.
See you later.
Yeah. If you need anything, just knock on the door, okay?
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
The detectives are convinced that the two women are the shooters, so now it's time to interview Jaria and see what she has to say.
Where's the detective?
Out there dealing with someone else right now.
Can I talk to him? Because y'all put me over. Y'all didn't pour her over. Y'all should be talking to me.
They're gonna get to you.
They need to get. I've been here since 12.
Okay.
This don't make no sense. Y'all put me over, not her. Y'all need to be talking to me.
Okay. They're gonna get to you.
One's in one and...
No, because y'all talking to everybody but the person y'all need to be talking to.
They've only spoke to one person, which is the older female. I don't know who that is to you.
That's my mother. And y'all pulled me over. Y'all slammed me on the ground, so y'all should be talking to me.
Okay. They're gonna get to you.
Ain't no, they need to get to me now. I've been here since 12 o'clock.
Okay. I relayed the message.
No, he already came by. I'm waiting for him to come back. This don't make no sense.
Let me look for him. I don't know where he's at right now. Who is it, the male?
It's two males. They supposed to come back. I'm waiting for them right now.
There's a male and a female, the only two that are here right now.
It was a male with facial. It was a male that came by and said he's coming back. He ain't come back. Y'all talking to everybody but me.
Like I said, they only spoke to the mom, your mom.
I got pulled over. I should be the first one y'all talk to. I the one got pulled over.
Okay.
So y'all should talk to me. Y'all doing everything but doing y'all job.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a sec.
Bruh.
They're not related to you.
I know they're not. I'm just. Can you go get the detective?
I have to go get him.
I've been here. It's freezing cold.
I can't get him for you standing by the door. Give me a second.
You go to the bathroom.
Can you talk to me?
Yeah, we're coming in right now. My partner's going to the bathroom. You got to go to the bathroom beforehand?
I would rather talk to you right now.
Okay, we're gonna come over here and come talk to you, okay?
What I'm here for?
We're gonna sit down and explain to you. But I told you before what we do. So you're here for a murder investigation.
A what?
Murder investigation.
What do I have to do?
I'll tell you in a minute. But she's going to the bathroom. We're gonna come in.
Can you just start talking?
Let me grab my stuff. I'll sit down with you. Let me go grab it right now. I'm coming in.
The detectives enter the room and spend the next hour listening to Jaria tell her version of the story. Her story matches Marquise, and she even explains that one day she wants to be a sniper in the military, so she believes in doing the right thing and being honest. When she finally finishes, the detectives confront her and ask her if she was the shooter.
Did you girls shoot at him?
No. No. I ain't that.
pause and shoot at nobody.
I thought you wanted to be a sniper.
Not shooting at somebody for what reason? To protect myself. I don't know.
Or for your country.
I'm not gonna shoot nobody. Can't y'all do fingerprints? Or something?
Fingerprints for what?
She just asked me, did I shoot somebody?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't shoot nobody.
Why is it that folks are telling us that the gunshots came from your car?
Mm-hmm.
That all of the gunshots, and believe me, there was more than 5 to 7, came from your vehicle.
Never owned a gun, never touched a gun, never even shot a gun.
Did you loan the car to someone?
No.
I
can't tell you what she did.
No, because y'all were there. I mean,
yeah, we was together. But
you can because you were with her, right?
Yeah.
So unless you're lying about being there when the shots were fired, and somebody else had the car, y'all had it,
we
right?
had the car.
And what time was this?
She picked me up around 12-ish, 1 o'clock, like around.
From Brandon's?
Yes, I had texted her and I said, cousin, come get me. I had to go to wash my clothes.
Do you know where she was coming from?
No, I do not.
Because she had your car all night.
I don't know where she was coming from. I say.
So obviously, the only person that had that car was y'all girls.
Yeah. Ain't nobody shoot.
We work for the people who could no longer speak.
Who's
Okay?
silent?
And I'm yawning because we have not slept since yesterday. We've been up for well over 24 hours. We are exhausted. The reason you are here is because the people we spoke to yesterday told us the gunshots came from your car.
I'm telling you, I ain't.
And that the front seat passenger and the driver are the shooters. And that's you girls. That don't make a lick of sense, though.
I'm not shooting no pistol. I never shot no pistol. It was only me and Jari in our car. I don't know why they said we was the one shooting the car.
That's what they told us. Oh, everybody out there.
I never owned a gun, never touched a gun.
I think we've been in here with you girls, but I think they've already executed a search warrant on her house.
Oh, well.
Y'all's.
Oh, go ahead. Ain't nothing in there.
I think they already did it.
They probably did.
I think they already wrote it and everything.
Marquis and Jaria would be arrested for manslaughter with a firearm, and they are currently out on bail awaiting trial. Prosecution believes that the victim was just driving through when he was caught in the crossfire. For now, we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Thank you for watching this video, and please share your thoughts in the comments below. I will see you next time here on the Red Tree Crime YouTube channel.